Hey everyone, welcome back to another World of Warcraft Dragonflight Alpha video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Holy Priest talent tree. So we're looking at the new talent tree system that's being implemented in Dragonflight. The goal with this video is just to kind of get a feel for what's going on in the talent tree and what's available. And we're also going to look at creating a build designed to go out there and be performing well in open world content, questing, leveling, world quest grinding, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be interesting because Holy is obviously a healing specialization, and so we're going to be looking at talents from the perspective of basically going out and playing solo, as opposed to looking at the talents and things that are actually going to be good for healing in dungeons and raids and things like that. Now, since it is a healing class, in some cases we're going to end up in a situation where we have to pick healing talents. There's not going to be like defense or damage or that kind of stuff available to us. So when we do that, we're going to be looking at it from the perspective of, you may be out there questing with like one other person, a significant other or a friend or something. And so we're going to kind of skew towards the talents that work better for very small parties as opposed to things that are going to be working really well for like 5, 10, 15 people. If you haven't checked out my first priest video for Shadow Priest, I'd encourage you to do that. I go over the class side of the talent tree in pretty good detail in that video, and I'm not going to be doing that in this video just to save time. We're mainly going to focus on the specialization side, the holy side of the talent tree. So this should be pretty interesting. There was a long period of time where trying to go out there and quest and stuff as holy was kind of a pain in the butt, but they recently made some pretty good changes in Shadowlands that made holy feel actually pretty good to go out there and play. So I'm interested to see if they have maintained that in the implementation of the new talent tree here. And so we're going to get in and take a look at that. But before we do, I want to let you guys know that if you're enjoying these videos or this series, please throw a like on the video, leave a comment, something to show me that you are actively enjoying the series and that you'd like to see more World of Warcraft content from me beyond the alpha. I'm really using these videos as a gauge just to kind of figure out what level of interest there is in me coming back and making videos beyond the alpha. So your feedback is definitely valuable, whether it's just through a like or whether you actually want to leave a comment and let me know what you think. Okay, so we're going to jump in. We are Spect Holy. Looks like the ability we're going to get here is going to be Prayer of Mending. So we get this by default without investing any talent points. And so we're going to jump into our spellbook and just see what we have available to us without putting any talent points in. Again, I'm going to skip over a lot of stuff that's, just purely heal related and kind of focus on the things that are going to help us actually, kill quest mobs and survive in open world content. So we've got Fade, we've got our Flash Heal, which we definitely use. We've got Levitate, Mind Blast, we got Power Word Fortitude for our little buff. We got Power Word Shield, usually important. We do have Prayer of Mending, which we have to take anyway. And yeah, that's just going to heal us one time, so not as good as it could be, but if you're out there playing with a friend, then you've got that jump ability if you need it. We got Psychic Scream, we've got our Res, we've got Shadow Word Pain, and we have Smite. We also have our passive, which is Focused Will. Melee attacks against us will cause us to take reduced damage. This stacks up to 2 times. This is probably a good place to let you know that as we go through this, I'm not going to be diving deep into every single ability. I'm going to be assuming you have a working knowledge of Priest and just touching on the things that either I need a refresher on or things that may look new. All right, so for Holy, we've got Mass Resurrection, and we've got Purify. We also have our passive, Echo of Light. Our direct healing spells heal for an additional amount over 6 seconds. So every direct heal we have has a heal over time attached to it. So not a whole lot going on here, right? At the moment, Our basic rotation here is going to look like drop Shadow Word Pain on the target, use Mind Blast on cooldown, and then spam Smite until you can Mind Blast again. So it's definitely not a lot going on. Obviously, we would pop our Power Word Shield, you know, if we were getting meleeed, just to kind of stave off some damage. Or even if we weren't. Okay, so we're going to jump in and we're going to go through the priest side of the tree and kind of pick up some things that, you know, we think we might need. Now, something I am looking at here is I think this is a pretty good opportunity to get into like the shadows side of things and pick up some stuff that's actually going to help out with our DPS. A couple of things I'm not sure about, we'll have to see once we get in here, is whether or not we can amp up Mind Blast. Whether that's going to stay a part of our rotation, whether we can get extra charges or anything like that. I'm going to say probably not, but we do have the ability to kind of improve Mind Blast here. So I think we're going to kind of do that. We've looked at this side of the tree, and for the most part, this is going to be a lot of healing stuff. So we're going to go through and just, we're going to start up here and grab Shadow Word Death. That's going to be super helpful to us in open world content. We're going to reduce the cooldown. We're going to go ahead and grab Angelic Feather for movement speed. I think here we do actually want to get the talent that's going to increase the damage of Smite, because that is a core, should be a core part of our rotation. As Holy, we're going to spam Smite quite a bit compared to Shadow, where it basically gets taken out of the rotation. Then from here we can, let's see, we can grab Shadow Mend. Now, I don't know that we really need Shadow Mend. Let's see. So we're going to be healing ourselves for 2900 on a 1.3 second cast for 1800 mana with Flash Heal. And this is going to heal for 4500. Okay, so this is better, but our Flash Heal and stuff like that may end up better once we're done with the holy side of the tree. So I don't know if we need to invest. Well, we probably do. We got to get to this stuff somehow. All right, well, we want to reduce the cooldown of Mind Blast for sure. So we're going to go that direction for right now. We may end up putting a point into grabbing Shadow Mend, depending on how many points we have to put into Flash Heal related stuff over here on the holy side. Okay, and then we want to put talent points in here so that we can get Shadow Fiend. And then I think... do we want... I don't think we need to put points into Throes of Pain. We may. I think we can improve Shadow Fiend and go for Mindbender and all this kind of stuff. This would probably be pretty good. Grab Power Infusion. And then I think we actually want to go here, and we do want to pick up Holy Nova. While your Power Word Shield is active on you, your Smite deals 10% additional damage. This increases Holy Nova damage. If your Holy Nova deals damage to at least 3 enemies, a second Holy Nova will be cast a moment later. That seems pretty good. Renew heals. Cast times of flash time, heal, and prayer of healing and smite are reduced. So while we're above 75% health, cast time of our smite will be reduced by 20% when we have 2 points in here. That's decent. I don't know that we want that capstone, though. I think we'd rather just get Mindbender. Mind Blast and Shadow Word Death cause your Shadow Fiend to teleport behind your target. You know, let's pick it up. So basically what we've done here is we've gone heavy into Smite and Holy Nova. And then we've also picked up basically a souped up Shadow Fiend that we can drop. every 3 minutes, which is not fantastic, but basically everything else we could pick up in this tree is going to be defensive or heal related. So I think this is okay. We do have 2 points left, so we'll just drop them in here and we'll get a little bit faster cast time on Smite. We're not going to min-max this too hard. We'll look at this in testing. You know, it may turn out that, hey, casting Shadow Fiend actually just isn't that impactful. So we'll pull those points out and put them somewhere else. We'll see. Also, we'll have a better idea what's going on in the Holy Tree when we're done. So, all right, we're going to get into the Holy side of the tree here. We're going to check the tree out by first looking at the active abilities we can get, which are the ones in these boxes here. Then we'll look at the choices we can make, which are the little boxes with the arrows. And finally, we'll look at the passive abilities in the circles as we kind of go through and build out our build. The closer an ability is towards the top of the tree, generally the more important it is to your build and the more likely it is that you're going to want to take it. So as we get further into the tree, we should have more choices, whereas up at the top of the tree, there's probably going to be a lot of stuff we want to take. But we'll see. I can always already see like maybe a direction we want to go here, but let's take a look. So first we get heal. All right, so this is going to be an efficient heal that heals an ally for quite a chunk. Then from here, we've got Prayer of Healing. So this is going to heal the target and 4 nearest allies. Again, good. This is going to be a good ability for dungeon healing, but in terms of open world content, it's not very good. Even if you're just playing with a buddy, it's still also not that good, comparatively. All right, Holy Word Serenity performs a miracle, healing an ally for a huge chunk. The cooldown is going to be reduced when you cast Heal or Flash Heal. Now, this is on a 1-minute cooldown. That's actually pretty solid. That's a big chunky heal. We're sitting at 24,000 health, so that's like a 50% heal on a 1-minute cooldown. That's good on you. That's good on a friend. So that's actually not too bad. Then we have Holy Fire, which absolutely we're going to end up getting. So this is a 10-second cooldown, and it consumes the enemy in Holy Flames, dealing damage and then dealing damage over time. Then we have Holy Word Sanctify. So this heals up to 6 allies within 10 yards. So it looks like maybe this left side is going to be like the AoE heal side. I've noticed kind of a trend with the talent trees. And then maybe this side over here is going to be the damage side, but we'll see. We have Holy Word Chastise, 1-minute cooldown that does a chunk of damage and incapacitates the target for 4 seconds, and the cooldown gets reduced when you cast Smite. So yeah, definitely seeing a trend here. Then we have Guardian Spirit. This watches over a friendly target for 10 seconds, increasing healing received by 60%. And if they would die, the spirit will sacrifice themselves to restore the target to 40% health. Okay. 3-minute cooldown's a little bit long for open world content. It's kind of a life save move, but it looks like it leads us into a bunch of other stuff. So it depends on whether or not we need that. We got Circle of Healing, so heal the target and 4 injured allies within 30 yards. Binding Heal heals you, your target, and another friendly target within 20 yards for a chunk. And it reduces the remaining cooldown on your Holy World Serenity and Sanctify, but not Chastise, which is the one we want. It reduces the cooldown by 3 seconds. We have Divine Hymn. Heal all party or raid members. Then each heal increases all targets' healing taken, and healing is increased when not in a raid on a 3-minute cooldown. Symbol of Hope. Boasts of the morale of party members. They recover 60 seconds of a major cooldown, defensive ability, and regain 50% of their missing mana. So that's like solid. It's still on a 3-minute cooldown, which is super long. We got Lightwell. So creates a Lightwell every 1 second. It attempts to heal someone within 10 yards that's lower than 50% health. 3-minute cooldown. We've got Divine Word. The effectiveness of your next Holy Word Serenity Sanctifier Chastise is increased by 50% and grants a corresponding divine favor for 15 seconds. So we're mainly interested in Chastise here. It says increased damage and Smite has a chance to apply Holy Fire. So that's solid. That gives us a 1 minute cooldown defensive kind of pump we can use. And then we have Imperial Blaze. Refreshes Holy Fire. Your next 3 casts of Holy Fire cost no mana, incur no cooldown, and cast instantly. Whenever Holy Fire is reapplied, its duration is now extended instead on a 30-second cooldown. That's exactly the kind of thing we want to get for open world content. So based on what I'm seeing with the active abilities, it looks like we're going to want to avoid this left side of the tree. And then we're probably going to want to hit the right side of the tree. And it looks like the middle may have some stuff that we want to pick up. So let's take a look at our choices. Looks like we got 3 of them here. So right here, we can choose between Halo. This creates a ring of holy energy that expands around you, healing allies and dealing damage to enemies on a 40-second cooldown. That's okay. It's okay. The cooldown is in an okay spot. The AoE is okay as well. Let's see. What does that compare to? So Holy Nova deals 320 holy damage. Okay. This thing is pumping out 1,800 holy damage. Okay. So it's like a souped up Holy Nova that you can't spam. Okay, that's solid. And then we have Divine Star. Instant cast, 15-second cooldown. You throw out a Divine Star, and it heals allies and deals damage to enemies. So this is a way lower cooldown. You could use this much more often, but you do have to, like, aim it. It doesn't shoot out all around you like a Nova would. But I tend to prefer this just because you can add it into your rotation. It gives you another button to push. Which, as DPS-style Holy, there aren't really a lot of buttons to push usually. Alright, then we have a choice between Psychic Voice to reduce the cooldown of Psychic Scream or Shining Force. This creates a burst of light, knocking away nearby enemies and slowing their movement speed. I personally like this one. Psychic Scream makes your enemies run all over the place and aggro more stuff. This is just kind of like a knockback and then a slow. So I think it's a little bit better for open world content because you don't really run as big of a risk of like pulling 3, 4, 5 extra enemies because your Psychic Scream targets ran over and aggroed them. And then here we have Apotheosis. So reset the cooldown of your holy words, enter a pure holy form for 20 seconds, increasing the cooldown reductions of your holy words by 300% and reducing their cost by 100%. So 2-minute cooldown, and we can basically holy word chastise like crazy. Which again, Holy Word Chastise does a big chunk of damage and incapacitates the target. Or we have Holy Word Salvation, which heals all allies within 40 yards and applies Renew and 2 stacks of prayer mending to them. So we would be taking Apotheosis for sure. Okay, and we don't have any choices on this left side. So again, I'm still thinking we go down the middle and the right. So we're definitely going to take Holy Fire. We're going to get Holy Word Chastise. Now here, I think Holy Word Serenity is a good pickup. We got to spend 5 points to unlock this next tier. And that's 1 point I think we can definitely invest. I don't really care about Prayer Healing or Holy Word Sanctify. And then here, Spirit of Redemption. Upon death, you become the Spirit of Redemption. This is like super useless in outdoor content. And what is this going to lead us to? Circle of Healing, Prayer Circle, Spirit of Redemption Pump, Serenity or Sanctify, Divine Hymn. This goes to Cosmic Ripple, Circle of Healing, Divine Hymn. Yeah, we don't want any of this. Casting a Holy Word spell increases the healing of your next heal or flash heal by 25%. That is okay. We could pick it up. Oh, this is another one where they don't have a connection here, so we can't actually get Apotheosis. So there's a little lack of connection there. We would definitely I think, put a point into that, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I don't care about any of this side over here. So let's see what else we have. Holy Word Chastise stuns the targets by 4 seconds and is not broken by damage. Absolutely. Absolutely want that. When you cast Heal or Flash Heal, 35% of the healing is replicated to the previous target you healed with Heal or Flash Heal. That's pretty solid. Just means you heal yourself even more. So we're going to go there, and we're going to put a point into Guardian Spirit, because I'm going to assume we want to go down this direction. That leaves us with 1 point, and really this 1 point can only go into Prayer of Healing, so that's what we'll get. Alright, so now we're on to the next tier. We already know we don't want these two. We got a choice here. So I want to pick up Divine Star. That'll give us another button to push. Right here, we've got Binding Heal. Don't care about that. Over here, when Guardian Spirit saves the target from death, it does not expire. When Guardian Spirit expires without saving the target for death, reduce the remaining cooldown by 60 seconds. I do not know if you can cast Guardian Spirit on yourself. So let's find out. Okay. Increased healing received by 60% and will prevent one killing blow. Okay, so we can cast it on ourselves. That's what I wanted to confirm. Okay, so for 3-minute cooldown, 10 seconds, increased healing received, and if we would die, we restore 40% health. We're going to have that anyway. This means when it saves the target from death, it does not expire. Okay, so I think if the target would die and the heal saves us, the spirit stays for the remaining duration, is what I think that means. But if it expires and the target does not get saved from death, the cooldown is reduced. So, okay, if I'm reading this correctly, if the target needs the spirit to sacrifice itself, and it does, and the target lives or whatever, then you get the remaining duration on Guardian Spirit. If the target doesn't need the spirit to sacrifice itself, the cooldown gets reduced by a minute. That's how I'm interpreting that. That seems okay. Like, we might put a point into that. Depends on what else we have. Your healing spells and smite have an 8% chance to make your next flash heal instant and cost no mana. Stacks to 2. That is really nice, just to get the instant cast flash heals more than anything else. All right. I think we'll pick up Shining Force. Surge of Light has an additional 6% chance to occur if the target is affected by Renew or Holy Fire. They'll always be affected by Holy Fire, because we'll cast that on them first, generally. Symbol of Hope. I'm assuming we need to take this. Cooldowns of your Holy Words are reduced by an additional 33% when you cast the relevant spells. Yes, we want to get Holy Word Chastise going as much as possible. And we'll grab Symbol of Hope. We have 5 points left. So we'll pick up the Guardian Angel thing. Yeah, and then we just kind of go into whatever we want here. Let's see. So what do we actually want to put 4 points into? You can pick up Binding Heal. We can pick up Holy Word Sanctify. That is a pretty chunky heal. It's an instant cast. And that would take us into Spirit of Redemption. Circle of Healing. Let's see. Our flash heal is healing for 3k. This is 3.5k to up to 6 allies. Cooldown's reduced when you cast Prayer of Healing. And when you cast Renew. This one heals for 1500 on a 13-second cooldown, and it's instant cast. This one heals for 1300 and reduces the cooldown of Holy Word Serenity and Holy Word Sanctify. I want to reduce the cooldown on Holy Word Serenity, I think. Yeah. Because that Holy Word Serenity is that 10k heal, like that 50% heal. So I think we'll grab that. I think we'll grab Holy Word Sanctify, 1 minute cooldown. It does, basically it's like an AoE flash heal. And then I guess Circle of Healing. Using Circle of Healing reduces the cast time and cost of your prayer healing by 25% for 8 seconds. I mean, sure. This is that part where we basically have to take some healing stuff, so we look at kind of what's going to be good for, you know, like 2 people in a party. Hey, look, we can pick up Apotheosis. Okay, it just lets us pick it up. Oh, I see. So we don't have to have this one to get this one. Cool. So let's take a look at what we have down here. So we have Apotheosis, right? 2 minute cooldown. Pretty nice. Prayer of Mending reduces the cooldown of her. No, we don't care about that. Spells that reduce the cooldowns of your holy words reduce them by 10% more. And that goes into Divine Word. So that's a nice little 3-point combo we could get there. Apotheosis into Holy Oration into Divine Word. Over here, reduce the cast time of Holy Fire by 25% and its cooldown by 20%. That's really good, and that's going to be 2 points in. Holy Fire reduces the cooldown of Holy Word Chastise by 4 seconds. Smite deals additional damage to targets affected by Holy Fire. Holy Nova deals additional damage to targets affected by Holy Fire. And then Imperial Blaze, which is the 30-second cooldown that makes our next 3 casts of Holy... Yeah, I think we're going to go this way. 2 points there. 2 points there. 1 point there. Eventually, as we level, I think we get about 5 more points. I would probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. But I think this is basically what we're going to do in terms of the build. The holy side over here, like where we're putting these extra points, you know, I'd have to test some things and see if maybe we would kind of want to like work in a different direction, but I don't think so. So this looks like what I'm used to, I think, for holy. Look at all these abilities that got added to our bar. Let's sort these out real quick. So we have Symbol of Hope. So that's going to reduce the cooldown of a major defensive ability. It's kind of a little utility thing we have going on. We've got too many things. A heal. We got Holy Fire, which we want. We've got Serenity, Divine Star. We've got our Angelic Feather. We got our Guardian Spirit. We're just going to have a lot of defensive abilities. That's what this is. Holy Nova. We got Dispel Magic. Purify Disease. Holy Word Chastise. Binding Heal. Okay. Circle of Healing. Imperial Blaze. Shining Force, and Holy Word Sanctify. Okay, so let's take a look at what this is going to look like. So basically, we want to Holy Fire on the target. And then, so we're going to have Holy Fire. And then our Holy Fire cooldown can get reduced. And then we have our... Oh, where are we at here? Our Holy Word Chastise. Okay. Reduce cooldown of Holy Fire and cast time. Smite's going to deal extra damage to targets affected by Holy Fire. And then we have Imperial Blaze, which refreshes Holy Fire. Okay. Do we want that, or do we want to just reduce the cooldown of Holy Word Chastise by 4 seconds? I want to see how this works first. Okay, so we've got our Shadow Word Pain. We've got our Holy Fire. We've got Mind Blast, and we've got Smite. So basically, we want to get our 2 dots ticking away. So Shadow Word Pain is over 12 seconds. Holy Word Fire is over 7 seconds. So I think we Pain, Holy Fire, Mind Blast, we can Divine Star, and then we can spam Smites. Right? Except I think we probably want to cast Divine Star first. So let's do that again. So Pain, Fire, Divine Star, Mind Blast, spam Smite. Once Holy Fire is back up, you cast Holy Word Fire. Once Mind Blast is up, you cast Mind Blast again. And you cast Smite. Now let's see if that damage actually makes sense. Like, does it make sense to cast Mind Blast instead of Smite? This does 1700, this does 1200. So 17, 12. Yeah, so it does make sense to cast Mind Blast on cooldown. And then our Divine Star hits for about 900. And it's instant cast, so I think it's definitely worth throwing out there. So then we have our Chastise on a 1 minute cooldown. And then I have Binding Heal here. It's fine, we'll move it over here. Okay. So this is going to do 2400. It looks like probably in one rotation we're going to get to cast 2 Holy Fires. So let's see. Maybe before we Holy Fire, cast this. So Pain, here, Holy Fire, Mind Blast, Divine Star. Should have Divine Star then Mind Blast, I believe. Holy Fire again. Mind Blast. Smite. Yeah, you know, that's getting the cooldown. It goes by pretty fast, actually. How hard is our Smite hitting for a target with Holy Fire? 14. Okay, so yeah, it's still worth casting Mind Blast. Alright, so let's try this again. Here, Holy Fire, Divine Star, Mind Blast, Smite, Holy Fire, Smite. Shadow Word Pain comes off pretty quick. Wow, did we just... Was that a 29 something smite for almost 3k crit? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think this will be pretty solid. It's a lot of buttons to hit, but and we got so many healing spells that we really don't need in open world content, but that's okay. We'll kind of figure it out, I guess. But I think like you have a pretty solid rotation here on a low cooldown, even if you don't use Holy Word Chastise, which you probably won't need to use it all the time, right? You still got a pretty solid rotation, right? I mean, I imagine that like you'll get 2 smites in and the target's probably dead. Maybe you throw out that other Holy Fire or something. Like, that's a pretty fast rotation. I think it's going to take things down pretty easily. But we'll have to see. In a future video, we're going to take all these specialization builds out into the actual open world and test them against actual enemies and see how they do, see if there's modifications or changes we want to make, and just kind of go from there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Yeah, we're going to continue on. The next video is going to be for Discipline, which should be interesting. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.